Kaiju fans, welcome back to the Kaiju World Order. My name is MM, and this is going to be an Ultraman video because we've actually gotten a lot of new information and stuff regarding Ultraman Teo and the upcoming Ultraman Zero movie. So buckle up, we got a lot of stuff to cover here, and I'm going to start with Ultraman Teo. We just saw the teaser about a week or so ago, and doesn't show too much. We get to see a bit of a new monster, not entirely sure what this one is called. It looks pretty cool. It seems like there's going to be a bit of them, so it makes me wonder if it's going to be kind of like a Golza situation from Ultraman Tega, where it has some sort of history with the Ultra. It doesn't seem like Teo is going to have some sort of toy gimmick like most of the other Ultras have over the past decade or so, and instead is going to have some sort of color changing, which looks like it's going to offer some new powers. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it because I think it's kind of lazy, but at the same time, I'm over armors and everything like that, and if they're not going to go back to like fusion forms from Orb, Geed, and Z, I'd rather just not have toy gimmicks, at least for a little while. The yellow form I am not really sold on. I think it looks too much like Golden Shower Boy. No, I'm not a fan of the yellow Ultraman Teo. Everything else looks okay. The teal is okay. I'm surprised we haven't seen like a burning red form, but I imagine that might be his like mid-season power-up or something. I'm expecting they're still going to do something like that with this. If not, I don't know. Teo's design in general, I'm very up in the air about because it reminds me so much of Cosmos, and I'm not a big fan of Ultraman Cosmos. And then there's the whole thing with this Ultra is apparently more peaceful. It doesn't want to fight, which is like a thing all Ultras kind of share, but they're forced into it. This is just another pacifist, I don't want to fight type Ultra, and then he's going to get stuck in fights. Again, it's very Cosmos-ish, and everything seems very Cosmos-ish about this series already. The human cast, I'm going to wait till we actually see and hear more of them before I judge. There is also going to be a little sidekick mascot monster named Poochie. I know it feels like a slur, but hey, whatever. So Poochie is going to be a little thing that appears in every episode. Having a mascot is nothing new for Ultraman. They've been doing it really since like Ultraman X when they brought Phanton in. It looks very kiddie-ish. Now this series will be starting in July, so we got a little bit over a month yet before it airs, and I'm sure we're going to get some more teasers here and there, and I do want to do weekly videos recapping all the episodes and doing some basic reviews, so look forward to that. And besides Ultraman Teo, we've also got some word on Ultraman Zero. Ultraman Zero is going to be getting a new movie coming soon, I believe either this summer or next, and it's going to introduce a new Zero form. We got this new Cosmo Rise Zero, and I actually like it. It's an all red design, looks like it's paying a little homage to the original Ultraman or Ultra 7. It does the red coloring better than I feel Zero's other all red forms, and really I think this is like his billionth form, so if this isn't a successful movie, I doubt we'll see much of it again. But if it is, hopefully this will be a design that we see pop up again. There's no word on what the story for Zero's movie is going to be, if it's going to be like a return of Belial, or if we're going to see some of his students like Geed or Z return. We don't know. Hopefully, again, we'll be hearing some more, and I'll be doing some recapping and my thoughts on that when we actually get more information. But the Zero form does look cool. And this is where stuff gets kind of crazy. Tsuburaya seems to be taking a page out of Marvel's playbook and is trying to plan everything out years in advance. Now, keep in mind, last year for Ultraman Omega, Tsuburaya said they weren't going to do any more movies for the TV shows because they felt the TV show movies were just like extended episodes. And case in point, they are. A lot of them actually have quite a bit of recap before the plot even begins. So that's a whole different story. So we didn't get a movie for Omega. But now, before Teo is even starting, we know we're going to get a movie for Teo alongside a movie for Zero. And then next year's series will tie directly into the series following that. Kind of like Trigger and Decker or Tiga and Dinah. I don't know how they're going to do it. They haven't said if it's going to be connected to previous series or what, but we just know they're going to be connected somehow, and there is going to be a movie between them, along with another like solo movie. So they're going to be doing movies, at least 2 movies a year, one featuring the TV Ultra that's going at the time. So case in point, this year, Teo. And then another movie to celebrate just Ultraman in general, which won't be tied to the series going on at the time. Case in point, this year is Zero's. So next year's, who knows? I'll be very surprised if they milk this out as much as they say they want to. I mean, I'm all for it. More Ultraman is cool to me. But thinking that we're going to get that much in... Alright. I guess Ultraman's being really successful despite the fact that China's pulling its bullshit with the rights of Ultraman again after Chayo was already beaten into the ground. But that's also another topic for another day. Hopefully, some of the new projects could be a Shin Ultraman 2 or a Shin Ultra 7. We know they've talked about doing those before, but we haven't seen them. So, again, who knows? We don't know. And just to round this video up, if you are an Ultraman fan, there are 2 series that have finally been given Blu-ray home video releases in the United States. Ultraman Toward the Future and Ultraman the Ultimate Hero, aka Ultraman Great and Ultraman Powered. These are 2 of my absolute favorite series. They're not really good series, but they're so bad they're fun. At least for me, they are. Ultraman Great Australian series has some really cool monsters, such as Gudis and the Baron Gas, the Doomsday pair of Kudalar and Kalazi, and Kalazi himself is actually based on Bacon concept art, so there's a little tie into Godzilla right there too. And then Ultraman Powered has more of a American remake feel of the original series, episodes that are trying to update the stories of the Showa episodes. And you got some really cool designs here, like Aboris and Bania, you have Gabora, my favorite Zetan design, Powered Zetan. And then there's also Powered Dorako, who I'm not going to spoil anything, but they took one of the weakest monsters and turned him into the series' most powerful. It's pretty unique. So you can go ahead and pick up that Blu-ray release. I'm going to be ordering mine here pretty directly. And until next time, Kaiju fans, peace out, and Minya, take it away.
Says you should like and subscribe.